So, what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, you missed a beautiful baptism. And not just because little Emma was beautiful and attentive and engaged, not just because her parents were wonderful and her family that gathered were wonderful, and not just because baptisms are wonderful, but, well, okay, yeah, because baptisms are wonderful. But it was a lovely opportunity for the whole community to acknowledge that we journey in faith together. And some of us start as infants and some of us begin the journey much later, but we're all going somewhere and we're going together. And we acknowledge that we all have spiritual lives, that we live lives connected to God regardless of achievement or accomplishment. My faith is of no greater value than Emma's, and she's just a baby. She hasn't accomplished nearly what I've accomplished, and yet she is loved by God as completely, as powerfully, and she has the capacity to love God and to live out that love in creation, in the world around us, as much as I do. And that's something for us to acknowledge. So we did that. Today, our community got to be the hands and the voice of God, and we got to collectively say, I love you, to that darling little girl. And we got to say, I love you, to her family, and to promise specifically to her, but in general, to be out there for children, for searchers, for those who wish to be nurtured, for those who wish to be part of something. It was a great day, and it was just a privilege to be part. And we also spent some time in the gospel, and we heard Luke's version of the Beatitude, blessed are the poor. And we heard those words, but we also heard the second part, where Luke reminds us that Jesus says, and woe to you who are rich. Woe to you who are laughing now, for you will weep. Woe to you who are full. It was, they're hard words. We like the Matthew one much more. There's just blessings there, no woes. So we wondered about those woes. Is that a threat that Jesus is making? Saying, you know what, if you're satisfied now, well, look out, because it's going to be crappy soon. If people speak well of you now, don't you worry, they're talking behind your back. Is Jesus saying, if you're rich now, well, then you've got all the good stuff you're going to get, so buckle up, it's about to get crappy. And that somehow just doesn't sound like the kind of thing that Jesus says. And so we wondered about it some more. And we wondered today is if Jesus isn't talking to us in very real terms about the way the world works, and that God is with us when we are rich and when we are poor. And our communities always have both, and many of us in our lives find that we move from one to the other, back and forth, back and forth. God is with us when we are full, and God is with us when we are empty and hungry. God is with us when we are laughing. God is also with us when we are weeping. And the thing is, if we define ourselves by being poor or by being rich, we are mistaken. Because God doesn't love us for our poverty or for our wealth. God does not love us for our grief or for our laughter. God loves us for ourselves, and we will go through all of those times. There's a promise in that God is with us, and that's what we explored today. And also this idea that being in relationship with God, being people of faith, really working at it doesn't mean that the troubles go away. It's not like I'll come to church, I'll get in relationship with God, I'll feel all holy, and I'll never cry again. I'll never be hungry again, and I'll probably be rich because I will be successful. No, Jesus says that's not the way it works. In fact, in relationship with God, you'll probably cry more because you are going to feel more deeply. And you will probably hunger more because you will hunger for and with your brothers and sisters who do not have enough food. You'll hunger for justice. You'll hunger for a better world. And you may be rich at times, but other times you will let that go, because that's not what's going to be important to you in life. Material gain. As you move into relationship with God and allow your life to be defined by God's love, by God's mission, not by what people are saying about you, not by what you can amass and save, then you will discover that, well, people will talk about you, but you don't care. And you may not be materially wealthy, but that's not what matters. And you will cry. But you will also laugh, perhaps more deeply than you ever imagined laughing, because you will be more human. You will be more vulnerable. You'll be more willing to connect to community, to others, to creation. And in that, you will feel abundantly, and you will experience a vital life. That's what we wondered about today as we acknowledged a tiny little girl beginning that very journey. And we hope for her that she has no struggles, no difficult times ahead, but we also know that she will. We hope that what she discovered today, what she'll learn as she grows, is that no matter what happens, she is blessed by God. She is with God. And friends, even though you weren't with us today, know that we think of you, and we hope that we'll be together soon. And we hope that you know, I hope that you know, that you indeed are blessed, whether you're with us or whether you're far away, whether you're rich or poor, whether you are weeping or laughing, whether you are empty or full. God is with you. You're not alone. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Until we see you, bless you.